Hello there. So I hope you're having a good day today. This has been in my mind today as an idea for some sort of a YouTube video, so bear in mind. Hopefully you're gonna like it. The idea goes like this. I am going to read all the terms and service, TOS, all the, stuff that you normally wouldn't read from YouTube and from Google or so. I don't know if it's gonna be just YouTube or Google, but YouTube is just under Google. I did do something stupid and similar like this in the past on my Kick, so anyways, I'm not gonna waste your time, but basically you could follow my Kick. I would really appreciate it because I did this in the past, something similar. It was stupid. It was like I was basically saying wake up 100,000 times. Originally it was 1,000, but like I made it too much, and then I started saying wake up until I said it so many times. I said it 100,000 times, and that was the string. So if you like my personality, you should follow me on Kick. If you don't. I will be still myself, But this was like 2 years ago at this point, so I don't know which exact month it was, but it was a long time ago. So yeah. And then I did like an IQ test, and I realized through that IQ test online that my IQ is 120. I don't know if that's actually my IQ, but okay. Thank you. If you want to follow me on Kick, you can. It's literally just kick.com/sweetbr. And lastly, huge shout outs to Dabs. Without his great idea that was a few years ago at this point, there would not be this video engraved in my brain in the great year 2026. So, or subscribe, or do your thing. Dabs, WDAF. Or you could, also subscribe to my channel if you feel like. Anyways, let's get to the video. Hopefully you're gonna like it, hopefully. Okay, there we go. So let's begin. I think this is gonna be a hugely influential video, and it's gonna be discussed for generations to come. Without further ado, how the Americans say it, let's begin. So what's in these terms? This index is designed to help you navigate our terms of service, terms, and simple. We hope this serves as a useful guide, but please ensure you read the terms in full. Welcome to YouTube. This section outlines our relationship with you. It includes a description of the service, defines our agreement, and names your service provider. Who may use the service? This section sets out certain requirements for use of the service and defines categories of users. Your use of the service. This section explains your rights to use the service and the conditions that apply to your use of the service. It also explains how we may make changes to the service. Your content and conduct. This section applies to users who provide content to the service. It defines the scope of the permissions that you grant by uploading your content and includes your agreement not to upload anything that infringes on anyone else's rights. Account suspension and termination. This section explains how you and YouTube may terminate this relationship. About software in our service. This section includes details about software on the service. Oh yeah, let's go. It's gonna be funny. Other legal terms. This section includes our service commitment to you. It also explains that there are some things we will not be responsible for. About this agreement. This section includes some further important details about our conduct, including what we expect if we need to make changes to these terms, or which law applies to them. Terms of service. Let's begin. Dated January 5th, 2022. English courtesy translation. Terms of service. Welcome to YouTube. Introduction. Thank you for using YouTube platform and the products, services, and features we make available to you as part of the platform. Collectively, the service. Our service. The service allows you to discover, watch, and share videos to other and other content provides a forum for people to connect, inform, and inspire others across the globe, and acts as a distribution platform for original content creators and advertisers, large and small. We provide lots of information about our products and how to use them in our help center. Amongst other things, you can find about YouTube Kids, the YouTube Partner Program, and YouTube Payment membership and purchases. You can also read all about enjoying content on other devices like your television, your games, console, or even Google Home. Your service provider. The entity providing the service in the European Economic Area and Switzerland is Google Ireland Limited, a company incorporated and operating under the laws of Ireland, registered at number 368047, located at Gordon House, Barrow Street, Dublin 4, Ireland, reference to as YouTube, we, us, or our. References to YouTube affiliates in these terms means the other companies within the Alphabet Incorporation. Corporate group. Applicable terms. Applicable terms. Your use of the service is subject to these terms, the YouTube community guidelines and the policy safety and copyright policies. Together, your agreement with us will also include the advertising on YouTube policies, or if you provide advertising or sponsorships to a service and incorporate paid promotions in your content. Please read this agreement carefully and make sure you understand it. If you do not understand the agreement or do not accept any part of it, then you may not use the service. Who may use the service? Age requirements. You may use the service if you are at least 16 years old. However, children of all ages may use the service, and YouTube Kids, where available, if enabled by a parent or legal guardian. Permissions by parent or guardian angel. If you're under 18, you must have your parent or legal guardian's permission to use the service. Please have them read this agreement with you. If you are a parent or legal guardian of a user under the age of 18, by allowing your child to use the service, you are subject to the terms of this agreement and responsible for your child's safety on the service. You can find tools and resources to help you manage your family's experience on YouTube, including how to enable a child under the age of 16 to use the service, and YouTube Kids in our help center through Google's family link. What about businesses? If you are using the service on behalf of a company or organization, you confirm to us that you have authority to act on behalf of that entity and that entity accepts this agreement. Your use of the service. Content on the service. The content on the service includes videos, audio, for example, music and other sounds, graphics, photos, text, such as comments and scripts, branding, including trademarks, trademark service marks, or logos, interactive features, software, metrics, and other materials, collectively, content. Content may be provided to the service and distributed by our users, and YouTube is a provider of hosting services. What? For such content is the responsibility of the person or entity that provides it to the service. If you see any content you believe does not comply with these terms, such as violating the community guidelines, which we'll probably get to later, or the law, you can report it to us, Google accounts and YouTube channels. You can use parts of the service such as browsing and searching for content without having a Google account. However, you do need a Google account to use some features. With Google account, you may be able to like videos, subscribe to channels, create your own YouTube channel, and more. You can follow these instructions to create your Google account. Creating a YouTube channel will give you access to additional features and functions such as uploading videos, making comments, or creating playlists. Here are some details about how to create your own YouTube channel if you need to. To protect your Google account, keep your password confidential. You should not reuse your Google account password or third-party applications on any third-party applications. Learn about the keeping your Google account secure, including what to do if you learn of any authorized use of your password or Google account. Yeah. Your information, our privacy policy explains how we treat your personal data and protect your privacy when you use the service. The Google Kids Privacy Notice provides additional information about our privacy practices that are specific to YouTube Kids. Wow. Yeah. We will process any audio and audiovisual content uploaded by the service in accordance with the YouTube data processing terms, except in cases where you upload such content for personal purposes or household activities. Learn more. Please learn more. Please. Permissions and restrictions. You may access and use the service as made available to you as long as you comply with this agreement and the law. You may view and listen to content for your personal non-commercial use. You may also show YouTube videos through the embeddable YouTube player on other websites and other services. The following restrictions apply to your use of the service. Ooh, this is important. You are not allowed to access, reproduce, download, distribute, transmit, broadcast, display, sell, license, alter, modify, or otherwise use any part of the service or any content except as specifically permitted by the service with prior written permissions from YouTube and if applicable, the respective rights holders, or copyright as permitted by applicable law. Circumvent, disable, fundamentally engage or otherwise interfere with the service or attempt to do any of these things, including security-related features or features that prevent or restrict the copying of other use of content. Or B, limit these use of the service or content. Access the service using only automated means, such as robots, botnets, crazy, or yeah, robots. Robots TXT file. Yeah, we do not like robots. Robots are bad. That's what you're not allowed to do. Yeah, we just want. Yeah, we love you. Yeah, but that's what they don't want. Yeah, like prevent copying other use of the content, limit the use of the service or content. Yeah, robots, botnets, and scrapers, except in the case of public search engines, in accordance with YouTube robots.txt. What the hell is okay. File. B, with YouTube's prior written permission, or C, as permitted by applicable law. 4, collect or use any information that might identify a person. For example, harvesting usernames or faces unless permitted by that person or allowed under the section 3 above. Use the service to distribute unsolicited promotional or commercial content to other unwanted or mass or meta solicitations, which it means spam. Okay, that's a crazy way to just say spam. Mass solicitations. Okay, I'll say you learn something new every day. Cause or encourage any inaccurate measurements of genuine user agreement with the service, including by paying people or providing them with incentives to increase app videos views, likes or dislikes. Yeah, so basically just don't say, please like this video. Don't say, view my other... No. Oh, yeah, you just can't pay people. What the? Isn't that like what Mr. Beast does? He pays people to do that. Anyways. channel subscribers or otherwise manipulate metrics. Misuse any reporting, flagging, complaint, dispute, or appeals process, including by making groundless, vexatious, or frivolous submissions. Run concepts on or through the service that do not comply with YouTube's consent policies and guidelines. Use the service to view or listen to content other than for personal non-commercial use. For example, you may not publicly screen videos or stream music from the service. Or, what the? Okay. Use the service to A. Sell any advertising, sponsorships, or promotions placed on, around, or within the service or content, other than those allowed in the advertising on YouTube policies, such as compliant product placements, or B. Still advertising, sponsorships, or promotions on any page of these website, of any website or application that only contains content from the service, or where content from the service is the primary basis for such sales. For example, selling ads on a web page where YouTube videos are the only content of value. Right. That's understandable. Okay, I get it now. That's interesting. Reservation. Any right not expressly granted to you in this agreement remains the right of YouTube or the respective rights holders. This means, for example, that using the service does not give you ownership of any intellectual property rights in the content you access, including any branding used on or displayed in the service. Develop, improve, and update the service. YouTube is constantly changing and improving the service. As part of this continual evolution, technology of our digital content and services, we may make modifications or changes to all or part of the service, such as adding or removing features and functionalities. Maybe I should get my mouth to move. Sorry, I kind of forgot about that. Sorry. Now it should work. Oh yeah. Adding or removing features and functionalities. Offering new digital content or services, or discontinuing old ones. We may also change the service for these other reasons. To adapt to new technologies, to reflect increases or decreases in the number of people who use a particular product, service, or a feature. Right, so yeah, that's crazy. It's about the money, isn't it? Yeah, here we can see some proof of that. Anyways, to respond to key changes in the licenses and partnerships we have with others, to prevent abuse or harm. We care about our customers. Whoa, I just scrolled down on a whim. Okay, well that tells us how long this is. Let me just scroll back up. This is actually long. Like, what the heck? I'm gonna try to get through this as soon as possible. But now I'm gonna have to find where I left off. Advertising to attract new technologies. Yes. Whoa. Yeah, okay, so this is the start, and okay. The reservation. Yeah, there we go. This is the part where we left off. Okay. To reflect increases or decreases in number of people who use a particular product, service, or feature, to respond to key changes in the licenses and partnerships we have with others, to prevent abuse or harm, to address legal, regulatory, safety, or security issues. In particular, we sometimes make legally required updates, which are modifications that keep digital content, services, or goods in conformity with the law. We make these updates to our digital content and services for safety or security reasons, and to make sure that they meet the quality standards that you expect, such as those described in our legal guarantee below. We may automatically, install updates that address significant safety or security risks. For other updates, you can choose whether you want them installed. For example, before we change or stop offering any part of the service, we carefully consider your interest as a user, your reasonable expectations, and the potential impact on you and others. We only change or stop offering any part of the service for valid reasons. For modification negatively affects your ability to access. Yeah, bring back dislike button. I would do that, just to see which video has good ratio and which one doesn't. I think that would be like a feature that everyone would like. Use the service. We'll provide you with reasonable advance notice by email, including a description of the changes. When have they ever... Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. When they will take place, and your right to end your contact with us. If our modifications create more than a minor negative impact, except in urgent situations, such as preventing abuse or harm, responding to legal requirements, or addressing security and operability issues. We'll also provide you with an opportunity to export your content using Google Takeout. I've never heard of that even. That's a thing? Okay. Subject to appliance law and policies. Your content and conduct uploading content. If you have a YouTube channel, you may also be able to upload content to the service. You may use your content to promote your business or artistic enterprise. If you choose to upload content, you must not submit to the service or any content that does not comply with this agreement of the law. For example, the content you submit must not include third-party intellectual property, such as copyrighted material, unless you have permission from that party or are otherwise legally entitled to do so, including, by the way, any available exceptions or limitations to copyright or related rights provided in Europe, because Europe, You're legally responsible for the content you submit to the service. We may use automated systems that analyze your content to help detect infringement and abuse, such as spam, malware, and illegal content. Rights you grant. You retain all of your ownership rights in your content. In short, what belongs to you stays yours. However, we do require you to pay us 45% of your ad revenue. However, we do require you to grant certain rights to YouTube and other users of the service, as described below. License to YouTube. By providing content to the service, you grant to YouTube a worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free, transferable, sublicensable. What in the world is sublicensable license? Sublicensable license to use that content. Oh. Including to reproduce, distribute, modify, display, and perform it for the purpose of operating and promoting and improving the service. License to other users. You also grant each other user of the service worldwide non-exclusive royalty-free license to access your content through the service and to use that content, including to reproduce, distribute, modify, display, and perform it only as enabled by a feature of the service. Duration of license. The license is granted by you continue until the content is removed as described below. Once removed, the licenses will terminate, except where the operation of the service use of content permitted before your removal or the law requires otherwise. For example, removal of content by you does not require YouTube to A. recall content that is being used for other uses within unlimited offline viewing functionality of the service, or B. delete copies we reasonably need to keep for legal purposes. Ooh. So actually, this means that if you remove anything, any content, they do have a copy because they need that copy for legal purposes, whatever that means. So truly, in this one, like, yeah, in that one, oh, where's the, sorry, there's a family video, family friend. Basically what it means, like, at some point I uploaded like first ever YouTube. I know you don't care about this, but like, it probably means that your deleted stuff should be like revivable, and they shouldn't tell you that it's not. Basically, like, if you really ask for it legally, you should probably be able to get it. Yeah. Anyways, I'm trying to find the removing your content. You may remove your content. Yeah. Right to monetize. Uploading. Okay, so we're at the state of like our own content. Yeah, they keep it for legal purposes. So again, rights to monetize though, you can make money. You can make some money. You can make yourself a puppet for the ads. You grant to YouTube the right to monetize your content on the service, and such monetization may include displaying ads on or within content for, or charging users a fee for access. Yeah, that is cool. This agreement does not entitle you to any payments. Starting June 1st, 2021, any payments you may be entitled to receive from YouTube under any other agreement between you and YouTube, including, for example, payments under the YouTube Partner Program, channel memberships, or Super Chat, will be treated as royalties. If required by law, Google will withhold taxes from such payments. Removing your content. What about that? You may remove your content from the service at any time. You also have the option to make a copy of your content before removing it. Ooh, that's a clickable link. Okay. You must remove your content if you no longer have the right required by these terms. Removing of content by YouTube. If we reasonably believe that any of your content is in a breach of this agreement or may cause harm to YouTube, our users, or third parties, we reserve the right to remove or take down some of all such content. We will notify you with the reason for our action unless we reasonably believe that to do so. What? Okay. A would violate the law or the direction of a legal enforcement or authority, or would otherwise risk legal liability for YouTube or our affiliates, would compromise an investigation or the integrity of operation of the service, or C, would cause harm or to any user or third-party YouTube or our affiliates. You can learn more about reporting and enforcement, including how to appeal, on the troubleshooting page of our help center. Oh my god, this is so long. Well, I'm in the half of it though. We can then like read the rest. This is just terms. But we need, yeah, there's more. There's like community guidelines, strikes now. Strikes. How do strikes work? YouTube operates a system of strikes, quote unquote, in respect of content that violates the YouTube community guidelines. Each strike comes with varying restrictions and may result in the payment removal of your YouTube channel. Full description on how a strike works is here, I guess. You can learn more about that. I think I lost it. I think I lost it a long time ago by now, but it's whatever. We provide information if your channel has been restricted to, yeah, a full description of how strike affects your channel is available on the community guidelines strikes basics page. Yeah, well, I've seen that one before. If you believe the strike has been issued in error, you may appeal here. If your channel has been restricted due to a strike, you must not use another channel to circumvent these restrictions. Whoa. Really? Violation of the prohibition is a material breach of this agreement, and Google reserves the rights to terminate your Google account or your access to all or part of the service. Copyright protection. We provide information to help copyright holders manage their intellectual property online in our YouTube Copyright Center. If you believe your copyright has been infringed on the service, please send us a notice. We respond to notices of alleged copyright infringement according to the process in our YouTube Copyright Center, where you can also find information about how to resolve a copyright strike. YouTube's policies provide for the termination in appropriate circumstances of repeated infringements. Infringers. Access to the service. Account suspension and termination. Let's get this. How the frick do you get terminated? Terminations by you. You may stop using the service at any time. You can also delete the service from your Google account, which involves closing your YouTube channel and removing your data. We might have to read the Google Terms of Service. You know, I'm gonna be like the Terms of Service reader for you. Oh my god, can you believe it? Which involves closing your YouTube channel and removing your data with the option to download a copy of your data first, if you need it. Terminations and suspensions by... Oh my god, there must be so much data on me. Oh my goodness, there probably is like extreme amounts of data on me. YouTube reserves the right to suspend or terminate your Google account or your access to all or part of the service if A. You materially or repeatedly breach this agreement. B. If we are required to do so to comply with a legal requirement or a court order. Or C. We reasonably believe that there has been conduct that creates liability or harm to any user, other third-party, YouTube, or our affiliates. Notice for termination or suspension. We will notify you with the reason for termination or suspension by YouTube unless we reasonably believe that to do so would violate the law of the direction of a legal enforcement authority, would compromise an investigation, oh my god, would compromise the integrity, operation, or security of the service, or D, would cause harm to any user, other third party, YouTube, or our affiliates. Effect of account suspension or termination. If your Google account is terminated or your access to the service is restricted, you may continue using certain aspects of the service, such as viewing. Oh my, wow. You could write that like in a very short sentence. You don't have. I freaking load this corporate mumbo jumbo without an account. And this agreement will continue to apply to such use. If you believe that the termination or suspension has been made in error, you can appeal using this form. Yeah, good luck appealing on... I got hacked and now my channel is streaming Elon Musk's free crypto scam kind of stream. Good luck on that if you don't have like too much reach on the internet as an individual. About software in our service. Downloadable software. When the service requires or includes downloadable software such as the YouTube Studio application, unless that software is governed by additional terms which provide a license, YouTube gives you a personal, worldwide, royalty-free, non-assignable, and non-exclusive license to use the software provided to you by YouTube as part of the service. This license is for the sole purpose of enabling you to use and enjoy the benefit of the service as provided by YouTube. In the matter permitted by this agreement, you are not allowed to copy, modify, distribute, sell, or lease any part of the software, or to reverse engineer or attempt to extract the source code of that software, and which laws prohibit these restrictions, or you have YouTube's written permission. Open source. Some software used in our service may be offered under an open source license. There may be provisions in an open source license that expressively override some of these terms. If so, we will make that open source license available to you. Other legal terms. Legal guarantee. If you're an EEA-based consumer and you've agreed to our terms of service, then EEA consumer laws provide you with a legal guarantee covering the digital content or services that we provide you. Under this guarantee, you're liable for any lack of conformity that you discover within 2 years of the one-time supply of digital content or services, such as purchasing a movie. For example, you can purchase a movie on it. Yes. Anytime during the continuous supply of digital content or services, such as paid subscriptions. Your national laws may provide even longer guarantee. Your rights under these legal guarantees are limited to any other commercial guarantees that we provide. If you want to make a guarantee claim, please contact us. You can contact YouTube. Oh my god, will somebody from like a third world country respond to me? By any chance? I hope so. Disclaimer: by law, consumers have certain rights that cannot be excluded or altered by a contract. Nothing in this agreement affects those rights you may have as a consumer. You are a consumer and you will stay a consumer for as long as we want. Other than as expressly stated in this agreement are required by law, see the legal guarantee. It's just laws. This shit is required by the law. Yeah. YouTube does not make any specific promises about this service. For example, we don't make any additional promises about. You can say 3 swear words per video in 2022, which is probably the time this term of service was generated or written by somebody. I would assume it was written by somebody because it wasn't AI. It was just in its diapers. But yeah, we have, YouTube doesn't make any specific promises about the service, kind of thing. For example, we don't make any additional promises about the content provided through the service, the specific features of the service, or its accuracy. Please don't rely on YouTube videos for anything. Trust me. Type thing, Availability or ability to meet your needs, or that any content you submit will be accessible or stored on the service. Stored. They just can't, they can't promise anything, I know at this point. Which is good. It protects them legally. That is really good. Limitation of liability. All users, nothing in this agreement is intended to exclude or limit any party's liability for death or personal injury, fraud, fraudulent misrepresentation, or any liability that cannot be excluded or limited by law. To extend permitted by appliance law, YouTube and its affiliates will not be responsible for losses that were not caused by YouTube or its affiliates' breach of this agreement. Any loss or damage that will not at the time of this agreement was formed between you and YouTube, a reasonably foreseeable consequence of YouTube or its affiliates breaching this agreement, or the content submitted by a user, or for the defamatory, offensive, or illegal conduct of any user. We don't respond for that shit because we're not responsible for any user or what they do at this point, basically. If they cause you harm, it's not our responsibility. Wow, with my text. It's just not theirs. Yeah, they're not responsible. Come on, get it over. Get yourself over. Businesses, users only. If you are using the service for the purpose of your trade, business, craft, or profession, you're a business user, quote unquote, to the extent permitted by appliance law, the following limitations or liability will also apply. Yes, all that. YouTube and its affiliates will not be responsible for lost profiles, profits, revenues, or data, loss of opportunity or anticipated savings, indirect or consequential losses, or punitive damages in all cases, whether such losses were foreseeable or not. YouTube and its affiliates' total liability for any claims arising from or relating to the service is limited to the greater of A, the amount of revenue that YouTube has paid to you from your use of the service in the 12 months before the date of your notice in writing to YouTube of the claim, and B, 500 euros, whichever is higher. You know, in Europe, we actually put the euro sign after the number and not before the number. I think that's like a standard practice. Usually when I'm just gonna like add this, like the recent Discord scan thing was showing $ before the numbers. No, it was after the numbers. So that means it was probably like some European making that. And if it's an American company and they added the euro sign before the number, you know, there's like slight things that usually say, okay, this was written by an American, and like, okay, this was written by someone in Europe. Is this right here, this one thing, giving it a hint, which is just interesting. I thought I would add that, you know. Third-party links. The service may contain links to third-party websites and online services that are not owned or controlled by YouTube. YouTube has no control over and assumes no responsibility for such websites and online services. Be aware when you leave the service, which suggests you read the terms and privacy policy of each third-party website and online service that you visit. This right here, like this crazy sentence absolutely protects them. Absolutely. That's wild. I love it. We may change this agreement to reflect... Okay, so about this agreement, first of all. Changing this agreement. We can change. We can add shit as we go. We may change this agreement to reflect changes to our service or how we do business. For example, when we add new products or features or remove old ones, for legal, regulatory, or security reasons, or to prevent abuse or harm, if we materially change this agreement, we'll provide you with reasonable advance notice and the opportunity to review the changes, except when we launch a new product or features, or in urgent situations such as preventing ongoing abuse or responding to legal requirements. If you don't agree with the new terms, you should remove any content uploaded and stop using the service. For real. For real. If you don't agree, you should stop using the service. Continuation of this agreement? If your use of the service ends, the following terms of this agreement will continue to apply to you. Other legal terms about this agreement and licenses. Yeah, there's just like so many terms. Like there's other legal terms. There's about this agreement. The license agreement. What time is it? Oh my god, I don't have much more time. And the licenses granted to you will continue unlimited. Guys, by the way, if you want me to like cover Google terms of service, just, you know, let me know. I'll cover it all. I'll read it all for you. And I'll probably gain not much out of it, but maybe I will. You never know. If it turns out that a particular... That's a variant swamp. Yeah. If it turns out that a particular term of this agreement is not enforceable, well, but for any reason, this will not affect any other terms. I don't know what that means, but okay. Assignment. YouTube may transfer all or part of this agreement to an affiliate, or if YouTube is sold to a third party. It was sold to Google. You guys think it's gonna be sold to someone else from Google? It's also a good question. at some point. Like, honestly, there is no chance that like it's so expensive to buy YouTube now for any individual that does business. That no clue. Like, even Elon is not buying it when he was worth, you know how much. But anyways, governing law. If you live in the European Economic Area or Switzerland, this agreement and your relationship with YouTube under this agreement will be governed by the laws of your country of residence, and legal proceedings may be brought in your local courts. EEA instructions and withdrawal. Yeah, no waiver also. I think I skipped this one. If you do not comply with this agreement and we do not take action immediately, this doesn't mean that we are giving up any rights that we may have, such as the right to take action in the future. Ooh, spicy one. EEA instructions on withdrawal. If you're an EEA-based consumer, then starting on May 28, 2022, EEA consumer laws give you the right to withdraw from this conduct, as described by the EU model instructions on withdrawal provided below. Right of withdrawal. You have the right to withdraw from this contract within 14 days without giving any reason. Wild. Within 14 days only. The withdrawal period will expire after 14 days from the day of the conclusion of the contract. To experience so it's basically a contract. Like when you accept any kind of terms of service and any kind of terms of use, it is kind of a contract. And if you don't read it, it's fine. But like basically by clicking I agree, you signing it as the user that is using the service, basically. To exercise the right of withdrawal, you must inform us of your decision to withdraw from this contract by an what is that word? Unique call statement. How do you say EG in like long term? See, I am not educated enough for this. A letter sent by the post or email. You can contact us by email at account, which is withdrawal@google.com. By phone. Ooh, that's a cool number. Let me just dial that up. I can say the whole number, man. It's public. +35 3180082 2663. See below for country-specific telephone numbers. You know, if you live in a different country, here. Or by viewing to us at Google Ireland Limited, Goran House. This is for the European folks, you know. Goran House, Barrow Street, Dublin for Ireland. You may use the attached model withdrawal form, but it is not obligatory. You can also electronically fill in and submit the model withdrawal form or any other unique call statement on our website. It's unique. I would just say unique. Okay? You don't have to. Okay. I get it. If you use this option, we will communicate to you an acknowledgement of receipt of such a withdrawal on a durable medium by email. Example, without delay. To meet the withdrawal deadline, it is sufficient for you to send your communication concerning your exercise of the right of withdrawal before the withdrawal period has expired. Effects on withdrawal. If you withdraw from this contract, we shall reimburse to you all payments received from you, including the cost of delivery. Wait, delivery? What are you gonna deliver me, YouTube? Is there anything they deliver apart from play buttons? And like, the things that you gain after a long time of having a YouTube channel. I mean, they can deliver you the letter, but other than that, I don't know. This is written as it was like a website that sells products. So, the link. In reality, on YouTube, you are the product. Because it's so free, you know? And we all know that. We will carry out such reimbursement using the same means of payments as you used for the initial transaction. I love it. We have somebody who's gonna read the TOS with us. Type shit. Oh, he's streaming. Who's gonna read? That's my job now, huh? Okay, Daddy. We'll can categorically read for you. What story do you want to hear today? I'm reading YouTube the community guidelines and turn this through. Yeah. Community guidelines? It's still unreal. I am reading it all. Is there real? I am just reading it all. Fake something. Just I can make some battle. Friends from these. Okay, we will carry out such reimbursement using the same means of payment as you used for the initial transaction, unless you have expressly agreed otherwise. In any event, you will not incur any fees. As a result of such reimbursement, modal withdrawal form. Complete and return this form only if you wish to withdraw from the contract. To Google Ireland Limited, and you just literally have to. I can read all of this. Goran House, Barrow Street, Dublin 4, Ireland. Account withdrawal at google.com in that. I hereby give notice that I withdraw from my conduct of sale of the provision of the following service ordered on name of consumer, address of consumer, signature of consumer, meaning only this term is modified on paper, date, contact Google to withdraw from these terms and community countries, its own number. This is all the phone numbers for every single country that there is, and vote then pretty much the whole of the same time. It's Lazio doesn't mean shit. Okay, that's the video right here. If you guys want me to read more, let me know. These are all the numbers. Let you know. I can read it all to you. You see her whole news? I don't know what this random VRChat user is saying, right? Let me go to me. I don't know, but I hope you guys liked the video. Bye bye. See you later. Okay. Waiting. Again, it's Swallock. Crazy. See, this is just terms of service. There's community guidelines. Click on this video to see the community guidelines read to you by me. I am going to read that, and you don't know me, no, because I am such a great cozy. Okay, I do this for the community.